Oh, it's fucking humid.
Yeah, talk humidity, boys.
It is so nice. It is like 35 degrees and dry. I
think this is how we started the last episode, just going dry.
Weather.
But we're recording this on the day that Sydney, which is where I am and close to where young Ben is, has got its highest recorded ever humidity levels today.
Crazy.
So, yeah, I'm not happy.
Sweaty.
I mean, at no point,
a lot of sitting still in air conditioning today.
Yeah, I've got no shirt on. If I had a shirt on, it would be saturated within 3 minutes. So what's the fucking point?
These are my favourite podcasts when we have video on and Stu's got no shirt on.
It was hot last time too. And my study here is only kind of one of the only places in the house that didn't get any air conditioning in it. So I've got to sit here in my house, podcast and no air conditioning.
I see some late night finagling going on. So what needs to happen is you need to get some air conditioning duct and just tape it around.
Get some old, like the kids, tunnel toys and just lead that into your room. Yeah.
What I've actually done, I've actually rigged up some blankets in the hallway.
Oh, just for added heat?
No, to push air conditioning in this direction.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
And it's kind of working. Like, it's not cool in here. It's just kind of, I think, making it not unbearable, which is all I ask
for. And I used to put your T-shirt in the freezer. That always works.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, it's not brilliant because, strangely enough, your body heat overpowers the freezer T-shirt within about, how long? 7 seconds, maybe?
I was going to say 19 seconds.
It's good for a moment.
14 and a half seconds.
It's good for a moment.
I'd be very scared that the shirt would stick to your nipples, and then when you try and take the shirt off,
I mean, you could wet it and put it in the freezer.
Yeah. Nipples go off with the shirt.
It's very difficult to put on.
Very difficult to put on. Once it's frozen
in a ball.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to be very rigid with your arms out and just try and jimmy it on.
We enjoyed the outdoor esky fan combo. So the open esky with the fan in front of it, with just a solid block of ice in the esky. And that works as a beautiful little air conditioner, a little temporary solution.
Hang on a second. A solid block of ice in the esky?
Yeah. Like old Iceman style.
The old Iceman gunners.
With this enormous...
I need an ice cube, 48 centimetres long by...
Right.
I need a 90-litre ice cube, please.
You just
how do you make that?
Just open up your freezer and then you wrap it up in Glad wrap and leave it a little narrow at the top and a hose.
Yeah.
And then you just pour the hose in and then block it off and Bob's your uncle. I don't know if that's how you do it.
That sounds very dangerous. I'm excited though.
But I want to give it a crack now that I've mentioned it.
We'll want to talk about our Christmases, I'm sure, because, it's always seems to be a content-rich time of the year for us. I've got a quick scratch in your back with something you shouldn't update, if you're interested in that.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I found myself admiring how long the carrots were in this bag that I was...
This is a dangerous territory, Buckley. 24-hour Coles is the reason for it.
No, it wasn't in the supermarket. I'm afraid that because they banned all Australia Day merchandise, I just won't be going to them anymore. They don't get my business anymore. Right. With their cheap $3 Chinese-made plastic flags. They won't sell those anymore.
How dare they?
I shan't be back.
Didn't boomers get upset when, people used to wear the flag and stuff and get dressed up for Australia Day? Wasn't that a big deal at one point? Anyway,
I believe so, yes.
In Cronulla.
We're talking about scratching backs here. I don't want to go off on a tangent.
Yeah, no, it wasn't in the shopping centre. It was in my kitchen. I did scratch my back with the carrot.
What's the best vegetable for scratching your back, you reckon? It's something a bit more roughage. Zucchini? What about corn?
Zucchini's too smooth.
Oh, you mean unshucked corn?
Yeah, well, no, shuck the corn.
Oh,
No, unshucked corn with
Excuse
a
me?
little end.
look, there's definitely some leftover, like, shuckage when you scratch. If you scratch your back with the
Yep,
unshucked
yep.
corn,
Right. You're going to leave a
go to
trail.
bed. It's like you've been to the beach,
Right.
But with corn. So you get into bed, and then all of a sudden there's like shuckage.
Yeah.
That's a big dad commandment to fit on a shirt there, Ben.
Can the episode be called corn shuckage? Is that or bed shuckage even?
I got some corn husk between my teeth.
Bareback shuckage.
Yeah, God, yeah.
Oh, geez, I thought I got it all. Now it's in. Now it's in the
All over my
sheets.
back.
I haven't said the most shameful part yet. I tossed it back in the crisper.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
No.
But hang on, wait. Before you get angry at me, I did have a change of heart and take it out. So, I was only a prick for about a minute.
Are you going to be shouting
Did
at
it
the
have
kids?
contact with the other carrots? What was in there?
No. I threw it loosely into the crisper.
Well,
But having said that, I wish I'd left it in there just for back scratching purposes in this humidity.
Yeah.
Be very nice cold slice of
carrot.
niceness on my back.
I'd just love to hear you shouting at your children, don't touch that carrot. That's Dad's back scratching carrot.
comes running around the corner, slides out of view, screaming, "Don't touch that carrot!"
Don't touch Dad's carrot.
Oh, I don't think our label maker works, but if we might get another one.
What would you put on it? Dad's carrot?
Yeah, do not touch. Personal
do
dad
not-
use. Personal dad use, and just see if I get any questions.
Can we get that in the merch store? Can we get that in the Dad Pants merch
No
store?
follow-up questions to that at all.
Yeah, that'd be
not
one way.
touch.
They've got questions, so they're just never asking you.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're asking their friends. Does your dad have a carrot?
Dad have a carrot?
It'd just be a rubber ring, so you can take it off one and put it on the next one.
Yeah. It'll be in a BuzzFeed article in about 20 years. When
Why does your
you're-
carrot have a cock ring on it? It's not a cock ring. It's just a label saying that no one else should use this carrot.
It's a carrot ring, of course.
It's a carrot ring.
Oh, fuck. As always, we got much more out of my quick scratching your back with something you shouldn't update than I thought we would.
Hang on, Stu, I haven't finished there because
Oh,
I
shit.
had something very similar this evening.
okay.
It wasn't vegetable related, but it was definitely leaving something somewhere that you shouldn't, and nearly one of your children putting it in their mouth.
That's a new segment.
That's all the time we've got for us. All right, let's join us next week. And
I think there's like a 4,000 character limit in the episode descriptions. We go,
And on shirts. So I'd served myself some ice cream, right? And had then plonked the last bit of ice cream in my bowl and then licked the spoon.
right.
But rather than putting the spoon in the sink or in the dishwasher,
yeah.
I just put it next to the ice cream because the kids were coming to to put ice cream in their bowls. We can discuss whether or not you should let your children put their own ice cream in their bowls at a later date. But
Holidays, though, so it's fine.
that's right. So I put it down with the thought process of, I'm going to have a little internal chuckle to myself when someone goes and sticks that spoon in the ice cream, and then just weird, right? Odd. That's right.
Yeah. Listen.
But
Listen,
Yeah.
just have you forgotten what pod you're on? This is Dad Pants, not a bit weird, but fair enough.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if it would be fair enough if we
Fair,
were
fair.
on that podcast.
But my daughter went to serve herself some ice cream, and she picked up the spoon and she went, "Has someone licked this?" And I went, "That's a great question, Rose.
That's a
yes, I
great
have.
Good question.
You can put it in the dishwasher." And then she put it in the dishwasher for me, which was lovely.
I'm so confused.
Why are you confused, Stu? Why are you confused? What's your
how did-
question?
What? Why would you have a chuckle if someone picked the spoon up to use it? I don't understand.
I don't know. Why can't I? Why can't I have a chuckle? You're having a
didn't say
chuckle
you
right now thinking about it.
No. You misunderstood. I didn't say you can't. I just don't understand why you would.
To be perfectly honest, I can't answer that question because I don't really know why.
This is a guy who scratched his back with a carrot asking you that.
It's all levels.
Oh, mate. I was very confused. But she's cluey. How did she understand that? How did she get onto that?
Great. Also a good question because I asked her, I said, how did you know? And she's like, I lifted it up and I looked at it and there was still a little bit of ice cream left on, like just this little, like a lick strip on the bottom of the spoon.
Okay.
That's a title.
Did you know that your tongue print is unique, like a fingerprint? Like if you lick something, they can lift the tongue print from it. They'll be able to identify you if you have a subsequent tongue print.
Oh,
So Rose is ahead of her
that-
time.
My idiocy has been made worthwhile by Ellis's fact. Thank you, Richard.
Factoid.
well, I think it just means that you'll probably sink that spoon next time. As in, put it in the sink, not sink it.
Yeah, sink
into
it.
something.
At the bottom of the ocean so the police can't get your filthy tongue dabs all over it.
Hopefully it's covered
Or we just need to get another line of spoon bands. Dad's
All
licking
right.
spoon.
Yeah, carrot. Yeah,
Yes.
you need a little row.
Yeah.
Licking spoon,
Yep.
carrot,
in.
back scratching.
Ham knife.
Yeah,
Don't use that for anything else. That's the ham knife.
ham knife,
Just so enough.
back knife.
Or get yourself some tongue cosmetic surgery.
Oh,
So
just
change
eat some
your
really
tongue
hot
print
soup. That'll go down nice on a 99% humidity day.
That's my tongue ladle.
I'm telling you, it's feral here. Anyway, have a little look in that direction.
Can I just give one quick little anecdote? I'm really sorry, Buckland,
No.
but we came back from holidays and today was bin day and chocker bins, because, you know, we've been back for about 5 days now. Chocker bins out today. We're going to get a nice clear bin run for the next week. Red bin gets collected once a fortnight. It's a small bin. Half of it got emptied and the other half didn't. That is...
Bin was so chockers. That
Well,
wedge.
it wasn't, but this is the
Bean
thing.
wedge.
It wasn't even wedged. Like there was insufficient wedgage in there to really kind of justify the amount of rubbish which is still in the bin.
So
this is kind of, I suppose, dovetails a little bit into the unraveling thing, but it is that. See that I can't even get angry at my family for this. This is the worst part. Like I just kind of. My wife told me about it and I just immediately got angry and I had no one to take it out on. I was like, bin man.
Letter to the council in the local paper, Ellis.
Oh, God. Well, then I started thinking, could I go and sneak over to one of the neighbours' bins, tip it in there because they're all at work and I'm still on holidays? Is that too dodgy? And
This was my question. This was going to be my question.
won't they be suspicious when it's just 3 empty kind of ham containers?
Would someone in the neighbourhood have had excess rubbish and have seen all the bins get emptied and then gone, I'm just going to go and chuck this in the Ellis's bin?
No, it was definitely our stuff at the bottom. It was definitely our stuff at the bottom. But I think the thing is that the bottom stuff was too lightweight. And so it didn't actually have the momentum to get down.
Bin momentum. Big thing.
Yeah.
I think
So it's chunky but lightweight. And then there was kind of heavy stuff in the middle, which managed to kind of block the lightweight stuff. So I don't know. But I'm just very angry and it's unraveling. My next fortnight now, I've got to wait before I can get my bins emptied.
yeah, this is bad, isn't it?
That's a long,
It's a
long
bridge
time.
too
2
far.
weeks.
Bridge too far when we now have to organise our lives around throwing heavy stuff out first so that we get enough bin momentum to get a clear bin.
Momentum.
Bin momentum.
That's not fair.
No. Anyway, sorry. I just needed to vent that
No,
because
that's fair.
it's going to plague me for the next fortnight. So
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, don't know what else to say.
I think we're all thinking about that now. I hate that.
Yeah. Look, if you, any listeners in Mildura, go and, if you can go and help him out, go and help
Help
him
a brother
for
out.
God's sake.
Richard, are there any local establishments that may or may not be a little bit loose with their locks on their bins. Like,
There may indeed be, Wiggins. There may indeed be.
Oh, right.
all right.
Like
All
chicken,
right. We don't need to go any further with that. I just
No.
wanted to ask the question.
chicken drops.
Look, we'll be okay. We'll see it through, but it's still frustrating.
Yeah. Won't be suspicious your car just driving around with a red bin lashed to the roof. Yeah, let's talk Christmas because, yeah, it's that time of year, and you know, a lot of the time on Christmas Day we have a fair bit of exchange going on, messages, everyone talking about their days, but it's a bit on the quiet side this year. So I don't know much about your Christmases. What I do know is that from my side, I've got a Dadfession to tell you. And I also have a piece of devastating dad news that will shake your dadness to the very core.
Oh,
So that's some sizzle.
Oh.
But I might put that to last. Does anyone want to go first with how they're any Christmas tidbits?
Well, can I go first with a Christmas confession in that my Christmas was, if I was going to give it a colour, it would be beige. And it was wonderful. It was a wonderful beige Christmas.
Now, hang on. Anyone listening must, of course, remember that Ben is the Christmas Grinch. So, you know, whatever he's saying, look at it through that kind of prism, I guess.
It was, we spent all of Christmas time in and around the Central Coast. We didn't have to venture out onto the freeway at any stage.
Right.
We didn't have to. The furthest away I went was McMaster's Beach, which is around about a 20-minute drive. And I had, the children were very well behaved. We ate a lot of lovely food.
Yeah, no
and
shining.
we drank a lot of lovely drinks.
Yeah. And why didn't you have to go and visit extended family?
Well, a large portion of the family have moved up to the Central Coast. And yes, so now the Central Coast is the epicenter of Christmas. Yes.
Well, that's good
And
for you.
also the extended family in Sydney are now willing to move that Christmas date to 2 or 3 days after Christmas
Nice.
so that there is, there's a little less pressure on in regards to
Breathing
fitting everything
space.
into one day or
Breathing space, mate.
a bit of breathing space. And that just really just ticked a whole heap of boxes this year.
Okay.
So a very lovely
Great.
beige Christmas.
Well, what that means is the fact that we're getting no messages through is not so much about you holding interesting content back, but perhaps a lack of interesting content.
Absolutely. As the content was also beige.
Very good.
Indeed.
All right, Rich, you traveled a long way to come up for Christmas. How was it?
Yeah, it was good, but it was, once again, it was just very, I don't know. I think that people are kind of, they're less inclined to stupidity at the moment. I don't know what it is about family members anyway. We started with a bit of a punctured tyre, so I got to flex the dad muscles there when we're in Hay in far western New South Wales, and then travelled the rest of the way and spent some time in Wollongong for Christmas. So that's where we were on Christmas Day. There was some hijinks. Probably the biggest thing that I had to worry about was packing the car, because we obviously, Santa Claus had to bring all of his stuff along in the car. We had some stuff being delivered to Wollongong, and then there was all of the other stuff which was given in Wollongong as well. So packing was a bit nightmarish and a bit of weighing on the mind. But we got through. Cars are TARDIS, we know that. And it was a good day. It wasn't, as I say, very uneventful. I was on carving duty, so I got to spend a lot of time with knives, and it was great.
Okay.
It was like,
How's your back?
Excellent. It was a good hour and a half. I didn't have to interact with anyone. I think that I became, my wife got the shits with me because I didn't want to socialise, and to the point where I turn around and say, is that social enough for you? A couple of times there when I was talking to people, like very, not even passive aggressive, just aggressive about it. So being aggressively social or aggressively antisocial were my two switches over the Christmas period.
Is there a reason for that particularly, the not feeling like being social? Or is it just, you hadn't
just
quite
don't like-
unwound from the year yet?
Oh, I think there's a lot of that. It's just, sometimes you just get sick of talking shit. Like, it's just that.
Hang on a second.
Is this your way of quitting this podcast?
No, this isn't talking. This is fantastic shit. I mean, like talking for the sake of talking to people that you have very little to do with.
It's a forced
day-to-day.
social interaction,
That's
isn't it?
it.
Really
it
is.
a forced social, and you're doing it. And when you're visiting other people, it is the constant. Like that, it's not. There is no kind of sit back by yourself on the lounge and de-socialize or anything like that. It is just a constant social interaction and expectation of talking constantly. And I was over it.
Yeah.
So after about 2 days. So yeah, there's probably more stories about me than there were about anything else that happened. So yeah, well, it was good.
Okay. Ben didn't have to travel far. Rich didn't feel like talking to anybody. Matt, I mean, I'm glad I sizzled up my content because
Yeah, it's pretty bleak. I encountered my usual again, similar to everyone else's. Christmas was lovely. It was a little more downscale. Yeah, bit downscale than usual. We usually have Christmas Day at Juzz's mum's house, which we did. But because her mum was like, no one's allowed to bring their dogs, then people didn't stay. Usually people stay the night before and the night after.
That is an amazing rule.
But because they couldn't bring their dogs, so no one stayed Christmas Eve except our family. So Christmas morning was the first time that Justine's mum hasn't had Christmas morning with her youngest daughter. That's it. That's 38 years. Never had Christmas. Anyway, so there was, rather than be like 25 people in the house Christmas morning opening presents, there were 6, like the 4 from our family and Grandma and Pop. And it was pretty darn nice. And while we're sitting there eating breakfast, Grandma was like, well, I could get addicted to this. Let's just do this every year. And I was like, yes, exactly. So that made a difference. I did have my usual, the tradition of going to the beach on Christmas Day and me cracking it with all the faffing around. Who's coming and who's going in what car? Every year, the same point. I get to the same point where I'm like, I'm going. Who's coming with me? The kids all pile in the car and off we go. And people turn up when they turn up.
Yes.
Happens every year. I don't know why it takes me so long. It's usually like 40 minutes of faffing around while I'm like slowly boiling, simmering and boiling. And then I just go, all right, we're going. And then work it out. I'll see you there. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't go, all right, I'm leaving. Let's go. It's just the same. Anyway, I need to give you a dad commandment. And this will apply to, especially to you, Stu, more than any of us. Because there's nothing I did. So Noelle, who is 12, was granted a Christmas miracle with her period arriving on Christmas morning. Yay, everybody. But that didn't stop us. So
Did you blame the elves?
yeah, that bloody elf on the shelf.
intrigued to know why this is directed at me particularly. But
well, no, you'll get my point. You'll get there. You'll eventually. Sizzles. Anyway, we came back from the beach, and Juzz's brother and dad and sister-in-law, they'd all turned up in the meantime, ready for lunch. And we walk in, and the first thing Justine's brother says is, "Oh, Noelle, did you sit in something at the beach?" She's got her towel wrapped around her.
yeah,
And he says, "Did you sit in something?" And she just turns away from everyone and backs towards exiting the room. And he's like, no, like you've sat in something. I can see it. No, turn around. I'll show you. Turn around. And I'm like tapping him on the shoulder. Like, Chris, don't worry about it. 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 And he's like, no, just turn around. And she just basically bolts down the stairs. So that's my advice is, especially because he's in a house of all boys, never ever say to a girl, did you sit in something? Turn around, let me show you. Now, it turns out it was just sitting on I don't know, the bench at the beach with a wet towel was all it was. But, oh, my God, the look on Noelle's face. Jesus.
Whoa.
Horror.
Yeah, horror.
Yeah. Well, I promise you I'll be mindful.
So what's
of
the
that,
commandment?
sure.
Commandment is never say to any woman, have you sat in something?
So it was something. Beautiful.
Let me show
Love
you.
it.
It's there. No, show you. No, turn around.
Look.
I'll show you. Look. Yes, I'll show you.
Come back in front of 20 people.
In front of everyone on Christmas Day. Everyone on Christmas Day when you're 12.
Yeah.
Come on.
We need a very big shirt again for this.
Yeah.
Yes, no. I'd like to think I'd be aware enough. But who knows, you know?
Yeah.
We've all said that before, Stu. About a lot of things.
All right, well, let me get to it because
I've been sizzling on this since I was at Stu's house. So this has been a long time sizzle for me. He kind of he said, I'm not going to tell you. And I was very excited.
Oh, no. You were in his presence.
Wow.
And he didn't tell you.
No, he refused.
Wow.
And I refused to let him.
so, you know, I'll say this. The Dadfession is kind of, you know, it's shameful for me, but the other thing is just kind of, you know, legit panic stations for dads everywhere. I mean, the Christmas was fine. I mean, the only real sort of tidbits was, you know, my dad's the ham master. He makes this glorious marinade every year. And he wanted to try something different this year, and he was not allowed. He was told he was not allowed to change the recipe.
Oh.
Which
Was that
go on?
Was that wife?
Yeah.
Was that whole family? Like, was this like thrown out to the family, and the family responded with a hefty no, or was this just internal?
I didn't even
Ted's
get to
gone.
committee. It just was straight away vetoed.
Wow.
And
Didn't
my,
get off the floor.
my suggestion that they just make 2 hams wasn't kind of met well enough, unfortunately. But I'm worried he's now been ham typecast because he can't branch out at all now. That's pretty upsetting.
It's been ham-tied.
Yeah,
He's
that's
hamstrung.
not the-
Oh, we got there. Thank you.
Yeah, well done.
That's not the Dadfession, by the way. These are just Christmas tidbits. So we did the Christmas over 2 days. We did the Christmas Eve with my family and Christmas Day with my wife's family.
Now, is that preferable to what it used to be? You used to do 2 on the one day?
Yes, in my eyes, very much so.
Yeah.
With one fairly major drawback of doing my side of the family first, in that our takeaway ham was greatly reduced. Because they were holding it back to have some the next day on Christmas
Day.
actual Christmas Day. Now, usually I'll get between 1 and 2, you know, Chinese style takeaway containers of ham to take with me, with potato salad and usually
Like
roast pork.
Deeper Chinese containers or just shallow?
Deep. Circular or
How deep is your
rectangular?
How deep is your Chinese
How
container?
deep is your Chinese takeaway?
How deep is your ham? Your ham. How deep is your
Well, I know this doesn't help listeners, but I sent a photo. You saw it, didn't you? Yeah, it's sizable. Anyway, yeah, so that's
An outstanding cutting.
Yeah,
technique
carving.
as well.
You can
The
carve.
carving.
Can he do a YouTube video, a tutorial? I'd love to see that.
I suppose he could, but he'd be just complaining about the whole way through that he's not allowed to branch out
TikTok
with his
Ted.
marinade.
I'm all for. This is making it even better, Buckland. That's not making me want to watch it less.
He'd be slicing ham going on. Can't even try new things.
We just focus on the carving. How are you doing that? Yeah, well, you mind. Doesn't matter how I carve it. It's the same old ham.
Same every fucking year, isn't it?
Do with my eyes closed.
I suppose the most daddish thing to happen was
A pause.
there are cats fighting in my doorway for some reason. Yeah. Oh, fuck off, will ya? The most daddish thing to happen was my father-in-law. For some reason, I think he's just a fan of that period where that kind of period at the end of Christmas where there's nothing left to do but sit around and do random stuff. Because he wanted the formalities all out of the way really fast. Quick, come on, yeah, open presents, let's do that. Now everyone, come on, sit down, let's have lunch, let's do it. Just wanted to rip through it all the stuff you have to get through fast. And then it was just a long ass kind of period of, eating cherries and sitting around, being full. I don't know why.
Is he a faller or a sleeper?
Yeah, does he like a snooze or?
Yeah, he did
Usually I think so, but no, he does, not on Christmas. Christmas, you can't sleep Christmas away. Christmas is too
Oh,
important.
wow.
Anyway, let me stop dithering about and get to the problematic stuff. Dadfession. We were running a bit late on Christmas Day to get there. And it was my fault. My fault.
Okay. Now, hang on. Just let us. We're a place of love here. We want to support you, but
Safe space.
it's a safe space. However, we're processing.
Well, this is a dadding double whammy.
Okay.
So
Oh, Jesus.
I'm at fault for being late when usually we need to take the moral high ground of being the one who's ready first and harassing the shit out of everyone else. We know that. I failed in that regard.
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you and realise this is why Christmas Day is my favourite day of the year. Because I wake up and I'm already there.
Yeah, you don't have to do shit.
I don't know. I'm already there. There's no late. Yeah, anyway, carry on.
The second part of the dad fail is that the reason we were late is that I critically underestimated my mow time.
Oh, my God.
I did a Christmas morning.
I
God.
thought it was going to be this. I'm not surprised.
Wow, this is like the trolley dilemma, like the moral dilemma here of being late, but also a Christmas morning mow is as Uber dad, but being late. Oh,
It cancels out any dadness of Christmas morning mow to fuck the timing up so completely.
did anyone point out you didn't have to mow on Christmas morning?
Well, I had dad logic.
Okay.
Dad logic being,
This is why you want everyone to do the dishwasher now, so you can clean the room when it's done.
you didn't unpack the dishwasher a week ago. Now I'm running late with the lawn.
No, it just meant like it's so you don't have to do it again, right? You don't have to do it tomorrow.
No, it wasn't that. It was, here's the dad logic. It's Christmas time. Thieves are out and about because they know people go away.
Right.
They're not going to hit the freshly cut lawn place while we're out for the day
Wow.
because freshly cut lawn means people are home.
Unless they're a bunch of dad thieves.
This guy's cut his lawn and left.
What we're looking for are people who are out mowing their lawn Christmas morning, because they'll definitely be leaving.
So, but have I got no kind of backup for that dad logic at all? No one else would do a Christmas morning mow if it looked hectic?
No.
We go, come on, man. I know you do a Christmas morning mow.
I don't know, Stu. I don't know.
If I was staying at home,
Yeah, if I was staying at home, yes.
If I was staying
people
at
were coming
home
over,
and
yes.
I-
yeah, if people are coming over, absolutely, 100%.
And
if I'm
people-
leaving,
if people are coming over at 2:00, like I'm talking like Christmas dinner lunch. Like if you're doing like the late lunch, early dinner thing, I would be up at 7 mowing the lawn then in order to get it done before everything else. But even then, I probably would have done it the day before.
But there's something supersedes all of this, Buckland. Beyond the mowing, was anyone as annoyed at you as you were?
No,
Does that make
of course
sense?
not.
No.
Of course not, because I was annoyed because I know it's going to take a long time to get moral high ground back up.
We've had two pieces of moral high ground loss in the same podcast. Ellis's rubbish fiasco and the Christmas morning mow.
Yeah, right.
What?
Now, again, can I point out, are you the only one that knows about this moral high ground?
I was going to say, how late were you?
We know about the moral high ground.
Now, all I can think is that you've lost moral high ground to your dad.
No,
or to the in-laws.
It was the other side of the family.
Yeah, so you've lost the moral...
And we beat them there. Right? We were maybe
I was going to ask.
30 and 40 minutes late.
Right.
So is that why... Oh, goodness me. Is that why you had to rush through, or is that why the father-in-law was trying to rush you through because he had already timed out
I was going to say.
the day and you guys had put him off, so he had to get back on time for his sit-down,
I just said he was
do nothing
time.
time.
Later than us.
What do you mean he was like, did you have it at a neutral venue? What's going on?
Oh, at the brother's house.
Oh, right.
I wasn't in the DMZ or anything like that.
The Brothers Grimm.
The parents in
So he was.
turned up after
If
us.
you were right before them, and I'd say anything under an hour isn't late anyway on Christmas.
Especially
not
on
hearing
Christmas,
me.
yeah, especially at Christmas.
You're not hearing me. What my concern is that I need that getting ready to leave and go on time, moral high ground with my family, and I've lost it.
Yeah, no, you haven't, because you're the holder of the moral high ground. No one else seemed to care unless how many times did your wife bring it up?
She's smarter than that.
She's holding it in.
She's holding
That's
it, holding it in.
Yeah, she's got it in. She's got that one in the quiver.
Right.
Yes,
You'll be
don't
saying,
waste
come on,
it.
let's go to the airport. It's 4 hours till the plane leaves.
I'm not going to play that card if I'm not being...
You'll be at the airport, Buckland. You'll be on the way to the airport, and she'll use it then, and you'll be like, God damn it.
I remember that Christmas.
Christmas.
Well, I'm in a very similar situation, Stu, because I went the wrong way leaving. We came home a different way. We went through Griffith, and leaving Griffith, did the old Googling and was like, oh, yeah, head down Darlington Point and then chuck a righty back onto the highway. And then we got into town to get a coffee. And so, of course, Google had rerouted in order to save the 1 minute, 30 seconds by going in a different direction. I was like, oh, yeah, whatever. It'll be an adventure following Google. So I followed Google and basically sent us in after driving for half an hour. Basically said there's going to be another 30 odd Ks of very rutted dirt road ahead of you. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to suck this up and turn around and go back to Griffith that half an hour and then take the tarred roads down. And that was a big swallow a pill because I've got everyone up and out the door. Right? Come on, we're going to go. 8 o'clock, we'll get home before 1 o'clock. And nah. So that was just that's a tough one to.
Can we all put our hands up and say that I'm more than happy to say that I've done the Google /Waze, take it on face value, and ended up on a dirt road before, and it is not. Look, that was outstanding. I would say that I'm very proud of you, Ellis, for turning around and taking the tarred road
rather than
taking the tarred route,
plowing through no matter what.
Well, this was the thing. There was that point of, we'd been driving for 40 minutes, knowing that we had a 5-hour drive ahead of us, and then to turn around and take 40 minutes back, and then the half an hour
to know that you've got a 5-hour drive ahead of you.
Still 5 hours going on, and then we got the massive rainstorm heading across the hay plain, which was insane, absolutely insane. dickheads driving their cars, overtaking trucks, spray,
Yeah, right.
and just launching out of the spray of the truck, and they're right in front of you. Just nuts. So it was tough.
Well,
that was a tough drive. But yeah,
Rich, I
moral
thought,
high ground definitely lost.
yeah. Well, I thought it was a drama when I walked that extra block at the shopping centre at the Gold Coast. Hopefully your family was easier on you than they were for me. But
There was yeah. I didn't. Yeah, they didn't hold back.
all right. Look,
Can I also ask that maybe in post, Stu, you can isolate the most amazing arrow sound effect that I've heard coming out of a human ever from Ellis a little earlier than that, and just maybe we can reuse that later on.
I missed that altogether. That'll be good to listen back to. Look, let's just get this over and done with. Dads, I'm going to show you a video, and I just want you to.
Is this you trudging to the car with everyone else sitting in it waiting for you?
No. This is much
Okay.
worse than that. Hopefully, I'll put this on the socials, obviously, but hopefully, if you look here, you'll be able to see this.
What is that? An electronic lawnmower?
They've got a fucking
It's a Mobot.
yeah.
Is that yours, Michael?
Remotely.
No, that's the brother-in-law's.
Oh.
It is essentially a Roomba for lawns. It is an automatic lawnmower that just circles around his backyard,
what is
just
it?
clipping the lawn.
Can we
goes
get a
all day.
Husqvarna sponsorship? Because that's what it
Talking about
is.
Husqvarna sponsorship. How this is apocalyptic for dads, surely. Robots
What did he
taking
do-
over the mowing?
What did his lawn look like?
Immaculate, mate. what are we going to do?
What are we going to do?
Go-
I don't know.
its only purpose in life is to do laps of that yard, keeping it. The yard looks the same all the time because the Roomba's out there every day, keeping it down. There's no
Every-
different. There's no every day, mate. It just goes
Just out there.
and just does laps in
Just-
the yard.
It just nips the top off it.
He's so proud of it. Oh, what,
You could be proud.
how are you guys not more upset?
Well, I've seen, it's the first time I've seen one in the wild. Let's just put it that way. So I've seen them out and about, like in stores, but I've never actually seen one in action.
It's work.
Yeah. Like I didn't really think that they worked, to be perfectly honest.
Oh.
I just thought that they were like it's just,
Yeah, I know it's hard to
I
find.
didn't think it was real.
think-
I thought it was like a unicorn.
Yeah. I mean, he was so proud of it and wanted to talk about it. And, like, when he first got it, he sent my wife about 7 videos of it just doing that, walking around there.
So
But
Why did he send him to her?
how long has he had it for?
a month or so, bit more.
All right. Give it another month, and he'll be back on the mows.
Well, I mean, I think the only thing that's given me hope is maybe the slight conspiracy theory that he just mowed it before we got there.
Right. I like that.
Oh, yes.
Did a
Here we
Christmas
go.
mow.
There we
He did a
go.
Christmas morning mow. Yeah, exactly. Like sane people do. And, but because he'd already talked this thing up so much that he had to make sure that there was no chance we would find a patch of, long bits or whatever.
I have a question. How are the edges?
The edges edges looked fine. I didn't ask about the edges.
Because that thing's not doing the edges, surely.
Correct.
It's not doing the edges. It's not doing slopes. It's not doing leftover dog turds. It's not doing sticks. It's not doing sprinklers. It's not doing. There's so many things it's not doing. I'm saying that it's. Look, I'm saying that if you've got a kind of yard that kind of robot can do it, then are you a dad anyway?
Oh,
It's not a dad yard device.
Question. What a great question.
It's a sanitized, post-capitalist world that we're living in, where a robot could possibly do your lawns.
and I'm glad to hear that that's where you, because I thought you were getting at we should just be happy with kind of lawn scraps as dads, doing the peripheries.
No.
But
Well, I like that Richard's gone a little bit deeper with this in the fact that not everyone's got this perfect little squared off lawn space that they can chuck a little robot in to go, I can nip the top off it.
it'd be no good for me.
No
with my
trampolines, no toys.
multi-tiered, multi-section.
No pool.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, I just, I felt it my duty to bring this to you.
Yeah.
So no Husqvarna sponsorship then. That's what you're telling me.
It's a bit raw at the moment. Let's say that. I guess on that note, we should probably go. I think, look,
Are we all okay?
We're going to go and look at our lawns. Is that what's going to happen?
I think, Rich
Do you
is
think he was
right.
out like laying on it? Anyone seen Saltburn? Anyone seen Saltburn?
Yeah. I'm waiting for Tony to be willing to stay up long enough one night to watch it.
Oh, dear, never mind.
I
I'll wait.
Yeah, I won't say anything.
I think I went to some dark places, but Rich has kind of brought me back. It's like AI, isn't it, really? Like, AI might be able to do some stuff, but it's not going to be able to do not going to be able to get in and do the...
Well, see, this is my concern, Buckland. You can mow the lawn if you want, but do you want to? Would you happily let a robot mow your lawn so you didn't have to?
Well, the irony is it could have been doing it while I left for Christmas Day on time.
Yeah. But all those lawnmower
It probably would have
thieves...
been stolen.
Yeah,
That's
the
exactly
dad lawnmower thieves would have been out there. Oh, dear.
That's the issue, right?
This is what I'd be worried about. I'd be sitting there watching it the entire time. Like I wouldn't.
Well, that's the other thing. It's only for good backyard use, isn't it? Otherwise,
That's it. You can't put the front. It's going to get pinched, or some dickhead's going to deliberately jump the curb in order to run it over.
Well,
All right,
I hope you're not talking about me.
It's only going to do half your side lawn.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No. All right. Well, look, we'll finish next episode on a much, much higher note than that. I'm glad you all had quite a bland Christmas. Well done to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Beige Christmas.
Beige Christmas.
It's Christmas, yeah.
It's
And,
beginning to be a
I'm
beige
dreaming
Christmas.
of a beige Christmas.
That's better. That wins.
And it's 2024, listeners. How about you do us a solid, share this podcast with, just tell someone about it who might like it. Write us an Apple review. Just do something to help us out. We're just dads trying to get by. We're dads trying to get by in a world where technology's here to defeat us. That's what I'm saying to you. So, yeah.
So use your technology to fight back.
Yeah.
What about when we're replaced
Oh.
by AI dads?
AI. Buckland's going to start recording with 3 AI bots.
Oh, fuck.
No one will notice or care.
Who will have more interesting Christmases than you guys had.
Golden Girls reference. Golden Girls reference. Obscure 80s cricketer. Obscure 80s cricketer.
Alf.
Lawn talk.
Over the top of each other. Talk over the top.
And finish with Chafe Chat.
Non sequitur.
This weekend's AI has gone crazy. Get it out of here.
How about this weather? It is crazy.
What is the weather like? All right.
So this boomer came up to me the other day, and he was saying,
Good
Yes,
night.
good night. That's what he was saying. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
This is an Angry Chimp podcast.